That episode was amazing. It was a lot of fun to go shopping in like regular stores with Kevin O'Leary. It's so funny because I'm like, Kevin, have you ever been to the Gap? He's like, never. I'm like, Banana Republic? He's like, no, what the hell is that? And so it was a lot of fun to go in there and go shopping. The other thing that was crazy about doing that, but actually let me set the camera down. Hang on. This lighting is just too good to pass up. All right. So the crazy thing about shopping with Kevin O'Leary in the mall, we didn't really know what was going to happen, right? I was talking to his sort of assistant. I'm like, yeah, let's just go to the mall and go shopping. She's like, we can do that? I'm like, well, we can try. And I didn't realize like to what degree famous he was. You know, I go into a mall and, you know, I've got 5 million subscribers on YouTube and I get noticed like pretty frequently depending on where we are. But Kevin O'Leary, it was like everybody recognized him or like noticed him. Like it'd be so funny. We'd be walking and you'd just see like everybody like look and be like, oh my gosh, and start pointing. Now the truth is if he wasn't like all dressed up like in his suit and his uniform that you see him in Shark Tank, chances are he would go under the radar. The other thing that was kind of giving us away is that it was me, Kevin, Christian, the guy filming the video, and then my dad and his assistant, Nancy. And so, you know, there was kind of like an entourage, but it was so much fun. Kevin was incredible. He was super cool, and we just had a great time. Something else that's kind of cool that has come out of the Kevin O'Leary meeting is that I asked him, I'm like, you know, are you looking for sponsors, sort of to sponsor your Ask Mr. Wonderful series? And he's like, sure, what are you thinking? And I'm like, well, you like the enemy shades that I put him in. Would you like to start with enemy and then we're going to send you Tiege Hanley? And if you like Tiege Hanley, we can have you promote that as well. And basically the way that it's going to work, like at the beginning of his Ask Mr. Wonderful episodes, he'll be like, this episode is sponsored by Tiege Hanley, and then talk a little bit about Tiege, link below, use the code Mr. Wonderful, you know, so it's something kind of cool. And honestly, like you don't get much more credibility in terms of having somebody talk about or promote your brand than him. Now, the one thing he did say up front, he's like, I've got to love the products. I've got to love, you know, what I'm promoting because my credibility is at stake. And I get it. I get it. I get it.